The tibialis is one of the most important muscles that doesn't get worked out enough. It helps react to the quadricep being flexed constantly through squats and everything. So this is the first exercise. You're going to want to do about 25 reps of these. And as you get stronger at them, you can slowly move your heels out further away from the wall. But if it's too hard for you, be as close to the wall as you can as possible. This is going to be hard to complete the 25 reps. That's fine. There's no time limit on it. Just get the 25 done. Again, if it's too difficult, move your heels closer to the wall and continue to do them until you get to 25 reps. This exercise will help your knees tremendously, but also it is an exercise that is going to help with any kind of shin splints or anything that you get like that, because it's building that muscle that's right over the shin. The next one is going to be a slanted forward calf raise. And this is really to help out with ankle mobility, but it's building into the soleus, which is underneath the calf muscle. So you want your body to be in a straight line, and you want to go as far back as you can while maintaining contact with your heels to the ground. And once you've gotten to that position, you're just going to go ahead and do a calf raise, and these are going to be about 25 reps. Again, it'll be a little bit difficult more towards the end, but there's no time limit. Just get them done. Your socks will slide. Continue to readjust your body and getting the proper heel contact with the ground. You're going to repeat step 1 and do the tibialis raise. So again, you're going to be doing 25 reps with these, and if you get fatigued, slowly move the feet out or just take breaks in between. Get the 25 done, and then you'll move on to the next exercise. This is going to be a knees over toes calf raise, so that's really the goal here, is to get the knees over toes. I have a couple different variants here to show you, but again, the muscle that is going to be worked is this soleus muscle. And the reason for knees over toes is once you get into your deeper squats and even deadlifts and all that, you'll notice that your knees can go over your toes, and they should when getting into those deep positions. And so really you're building this position for that. For some reason, this position is hard to get into sometimes. So here's a couple variants. You can use a weight to just get onto. And again, you kind of want to push your knees towards your toes. You don't see me doing that here. But again, if you can't get your knees over your toes because it's hurting your knees to do it, this is a good variant here. And this is another good one if you have a slant board. Again, it's dropping your heels down, forcing you to work the soleus. And again, if you can't get the knees over toes because it hurts your knees to do so, this is another good variant with the slant board and getting a weight on top of your knees and just using that soleus to push it up. Now this is going to be one of the more important ones. I do this anytime that I'm standing at work or just standing in general for a long period of time. It's called the Patrick step. You're going to start with a very simple motion. The goal is to get as far out as you can, but if you can't even bend the knee, you're going to start by hinging at the hip. And as you can see here, I'm going to start over. I'm going to hinge at the hip because I can't bend my knee as much because it's in pain. But as I do that more and more, I'm going to be able to bend the knee more and more and not have to hinge my hip as much, slowly working my foot out further and further away from my body. So you're going to do about 25 of these reps. You will be tired at the end of it, especially if you're doing it barefoot. And again, use something to kind of brace yourself if you can't balance. This one does even have a further progression in it. And the more I do it, the more my knees feel better, stronger, more stable. And like I said, in all my lunges or in my squats, I can feel the difference on a day-to-day basis. This is going to be more advanced. This is called an ATG split squat. And obviously you need to have kind of gotten comfortable with all of the other movements that I've shown you so far. But this is definitely one that once I complete it, my knees feel a lot better, and I do feel a lot more confident in my squats and everything. But if you're not confident in all the other movements, the Patrick step, the calf raises and all that stuff, this is not something I would really try. But there is a progression for it. So you can start up high on a pad like I did here. Then you can slowly work your way down, get some kind of step up, and then you slowly make your way into the ground. The goal here is you want to get your hamstring in contact with your calf on the front leg, and then you want to keep your rear leg straight as possible. So you got to have a lot of hip flexibility, but that's where the progression comes in. Start as high as you can on some stairs, and then get that flexibility going, get comfortable with the hamstring touching the calf and over the toes movement, and then you just slowly progress down closer and closer to the floor. Then you're going to get into some stretches, and this is called a couch stretch. You can use a couch, get your foot up if you don't have ankle mobility to use a wall or anything. You're going to start out as far as you can away from the couch if you don't have the flexibility, and slowly get better at it until you can bring your knee as close as you can to the couch in order to get that stretch. You definitely want to keep your body upright here so that you're getting the stretch in the hip flexor, but you will feel the pull in the knee as well. I like to do this one for about 2 sets on each side at about 60 to 90 seconds. The final stretch here will be another knee and quad stretch, and this is going to be progression as well. So if you can't get it under the floor by itself, just go ahead and put some kind of pad underneath you. I use a couch cushion at home, and then slowly I can work my way down to the floor here and get as flush as possible.